We'd like to call the work session to order. It's a very short agenda. The minutes of the regular meeting from February 7th and the work session, they were tabled, so we'll have to remove that from table. And then minutes of the February 21st work session, regular meeting, statements and checks. Any questions on that?
Did anyone have any other edits to minutes? I did receive one from Ryan. We're just going to clarify that the reason he was resigning from the AATA board was just because it's in their bylaws, not out of want.
And the park committee, planning was because we couldn't have two board members.
Yeah.
Then I gave you some changes. Any other comments regarding? Hey, John.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Attorney General legal update? Oh, okay.
I will just add that Doug is turning 71 tomorrow.
No way.
So happy early birthday, Doug.
Oh.
Strike that from the record.
Happy birthday. Oh, no, that's what it was. She didn't have to say the age. Nice.
I'll just say for the record, you wear it well.
That was not the quote, Ryan.
We have, under new business, a request to appoint Khalib Copeland and Bianca Tyson to the Planning Commission with a term ending December 31st, 2023, and Jeff Kerner and Dave Marshall as alternates to the Zoning Board of Appeals with a term ending December 31st, 2025. That is what we have. There's no other business, I don't think, right?
What a treat, really.
Yeah. Board meeting updates. I do want to say that David Marshall is in the audience today. And thank you for everyone that applied and wanted to serve. It was nice. Are there other board member updates? Oh,
Just real briefly, I just want to say we attended, Debbie, myself, John, Brenda, the new opening of the furniture store. We're just so delighted. They were so gracious to us and so very kind, and just another win for Ypsilanti Township. Right?
right. It was a very nice. On the brush pickup, it started, well, it's supposed to start Monday, and because of weather, it started Tuesday. And the team was pretty tired. We have 2 trucks going to try to get it. And so I think they slept well, and I told them just go easy because we don't want anyone injured. I think a lot of times people don't understand the reason why we stop. The number one reason why we stop chipping is because of injuries to employees. Because that's not the business we're in to do that. And even like tree trimming businesses have bigger equipment and they know how to do it. So, but they did start. They're almost done with Monday's route, and then they'll go into Tuesday's B route and then keep going. But there's quite a bit of limbs out there.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
is B my area? I was trying to look on that, it goes by the recycling, right?
Right.
I looked at that tag.
It's we attach it. Can you look on White Town? It's attached to the notice. I don't know. No, but everyone
Trying to
should have
figure
it
it out.
out they should have had their brush out by Monday. But
Okay,
so
Well-
people are still putting it out.
yeah. My tree just fell out, well, Sunday, I guess, a little tree fell out. Okay.
And Neighborhood Watch started back in person, and I know Gloria and Debbie and Ryan have attended some of them. It's so great to be back in person for Neighborhood Watch. Ms. Kaiser's here. It was
Write that down.
a lot of good information is exchanged and good questions from our residents and connecting them again. It's just really nice. So it's something new that has started back up. And I think I sent everything to everyone, the calendars for everyone. If not, I can resend it. But anyways, it's really nice to get back in person. So we're also hired an ordinance officer. We had interviews last week and today, and we're going to make an offer to an ordinance officer, and they're from Ypsilanti Township, so that's good. We also made an offer to a neighborhood watch coordinator, and she accepted, and she's a township resident, so that's good to get. We've had quite a few residents apply for openings, which we love. We love when that happens. So we still have a lot of hiring to do in different positions. Residential Services Director, John Hines, is helping with those duties, and he's in the back, and between him and I, and Michael Sarin is helping. So we got to get that position posted, and some other ones that are still, have been open for a while. We really need to get people hired. Hopefully we can do that. Also, there's a temporary person that I am going to bring on to help us for 30 hours a week just to manage some of the projects that we have and be the go-to person until we can fill the RSD position. It's a retiree in the engineering department at Boards. So project management, how things work and workflow, he was very good at. So that'll help us as well until we can get all the positions filled. That's about the only thing I can think of. We did have our police services meeting, and those are going good. I'm glad. Those are important to have. We have them every week, and they're going, they're back and going well. There's one issue. It's R&L, and there's 3 other little businesses going that's causing a lot of noise over in Hawthorne. So the Sheriff's Department's going to help us to determine, because it's happening. We don't think it's R&L because they have a sound barrier up, but it happens at 2 and 3 in the morning. And residents have contacted us. The noise is like a big, pounding noise. 2 veterans who have PTSD contacted us. They're very concerned about, the operation itself. And so we're trying to figure out, and the Sheriff's Department's going to help address that. Because they're there, they're around at 2 in the morning. It's hard for us to catch people. And by the time they call the police, then it stops. So we're trying to figure out how to work through that issue. We know something's going on. Our residents are 99% correct. We just have to catch them, and we're working on that. If you hear anyone say anything about that, we're working on that. This week we had 29 out of the 35 deputies. It's reported every week how many the staffing, so we have 29 out of 35. They're still trying to hire, and fire department is still hiring. 2 more vacancies. It's a challenge these days to hire for police and fire. So, and you have to be competitive, and I know that they're going to start negotiations, right, with the fire department. The fire department took over 200 calls when the storm hit, and that's the most they've ever taken in the history. So they were working big time, and we're so thankful, for everything that they're doing, and I'm just so thankful for what we're doing with the brush, because that is hard, labor-intensive work. And our team has stepped up and is helping the residents with it. I'm just asking to be patient with it. So we got through the one storm, and then the big snow came, and it happened again. DTE did get a lot of the lights back on much quicker than the first storm. So I was happy for residents for that. And Ryan reached out to me and figured out a way to connect people to resources when that happens. So we haven't had a storm like this in a very long time. So it was, 50 years? What, it was this storm was the worst in 50 years, I think?
My history doesn't quite go back 50 years.
I read about it. That's what they said. I do remember a bad snowstorm when I was a kid in an Easter dress, so I know it can happen, but it was raining and snowing at the same time. That was very, very unusual. So that's all I have to report. Any other? No?
I do remember that storm very well.
Do you?
It was 50 years ago.
Oh, yeah. No problem. You're fine.
Okay. Ms. Kaiser? Is it on? Well, karaoke. Is it on, Ms. Kaiser?
There we go. Has the board or anyone here heard any more about St. Mark's Lutheran Church? Has it been sold? It was supposed to be the end of February. Because I was just wondering what actually happened to Auntie Yvonne's closet, because I know they're going to have to move out.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was last week or this week is their last week. And to tell anybody that has not been there, it was fantastic because everything, it was like a garage sale except that it was free. Everything was free and all the goods were donated. And I don't know how many people would go through there every day that they were open. Plus they had a free closet for food. So hopefully someone can help them find a place where they can reestablish themselves. But I want to thank them for doing that and for your help too. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Kaiser. I know Auntie Yvonne's owner reached out to me and said they extended and allowed her to stay until the end of March. So that's something new. So they keep extending it, so maybe they'll actually find a place for her. And that it is a great place for people to come. No questions asked, no forms to fill out. You just walk up and say, you look around and you literally shop, and take whatever you want and no questions asked. Yeah, I love that. Any other? No? How's the police services committee going?
Your mic, John.
We've been kind of missing each other. The times that they say that the sheriff will be available, he's, like last week, he wasn't available. They asked me to pick a couple days. I picked a couple days, and he couldn't meet that. So last week, she said, she asked me, his assistant asked me when I would be available this week, and she said he would be available this week, Wednesday, after 2 o'clock, virtually, but that's the day I work. And I just mentioned that, if we did that, I'd have to have a place, at the administration building where I could have, silence and privacy and not necessarily a conference room because that's not silent or private. But they never responded. So I'm going to respond tomorrow and see if that is still on, and if not, what day can there be?
Okay.
So that's pretty much where we're at.
So step one, you were going to meet with the sheriff.
Yes.
Okay, and just,
Yeah. Yep. Just meet. I guess virtually. We're going to talk virtually, and I guess figure some things out. That's when because last week, that's when she said he could, last week, that's when his person said that he could meet with me virtually. So, and that's why I had said that I'll be at the administration building. So I didn't know if there was a place to go where I could talk virtually. But I think I found a place. So I will get in touch with her again tomorrow morning and see if that still is available
Okay,
for us to communicate. Yeah.
okay,
Madam Chair.
yes.
John, I just wanted to say thank you so much, and it's so encouraging to hear that you've heard back from the sheriff and his representative. I still have not heard back from my February 9th email to them requesting a meeting, so I'm really not even, at this point, I'm doing it because the board's asked us to do that, and so, I just wanted to share with you all that we've been persistent in asking for a time to meet, or really any response, but I'm really excited that you got a response, and so I'm hopeful that that will, bring about good productive work.
Yeah. I believe that our meeting will come forth. So I'm optimistic.
The goal is to find out the exact cost and
Right.
allocation of the sheriff's contract.
Right.
So you need the information. Yeah.
Yes, I do. And I've had a chance to look a few of the sheets that were given to me over, and I've had a chance to write down several questions, so I'll
Okay.
be prepared.
John used to work for the IRS, so, is that correct? Yes, so I'm sure when he asks a question, it's very informed. Just don't call me. Anyways, I'm kidding. Thank you, John. Do we have a guest? Is it? Sir, are you here to speak, or? No. Okay. I didn't know if he was with Gulf Village or not. For Gulf Village update?
I know that Jenny was going to come, I think, to give a more detailed update. The deadline is come and gone for all the bids to be submitted. I think there were six or seven contractors. And again, Jenny will be, unless there's been a miscommunication, I think he was going to come here at 7 o'clock and give a more detailed update.
Okay.
If not, I can call in between and find out, because there is going to be another court hearing, and I think at the next board meeting, there'll be a recommendation as to which lowest responsible bidder should be considered to be awarded the contract by this board. So it's moving in the right direction. There have been emails going back and forth in regards to the utility disconnects that are required by the utility companies as well as YCUA. So it's all moving forward in the right direction. So I think it's going to happen in the next 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, the Gulf Village Neighborhood Watch, they asked a lot of questions there, so we thought by the second meeting in March, we would have a recommendation, and it sounds like we're right on track for that. So good, very good. All right. Well, we have 12 minutes.
Erloa Kaiser, and what I wanted to say was, excuse me, that, I don't know, last week or so, there was graffiti on the wall at Galt Village. And it was amazing how fast, it was there, and it was like a day or so, and it was gone. I don't know what it said, but it was in huge writing. And that was the first I had seen any graffiti on the wall in the time that Galt Village has been empty. So that was strange to me, but whoever took care of it, it was appreciated.
There was a resident that talked about how much graffiti, and he took pictures and sent it to us, and in case it's some sort of gang stuff, they want us to send us to the police, and they said it wasn't. But they're just graffiti and everything on North Bay Park, in Galt Village, on the wall.
That was the first I have seen.
Yeah, and this is the first time I've known it to be in North Bay Park, where people walk around the lake and stuff. Yeah, they did it on post, and they were just spray everything. Big, yeah, yeah.
Sorry, I was just saying that the Neighborhood Watch meeting, we had a conversation around how to notify about graffiti, which is to take a photo and send it to, send it to us?
Yep.
And that information is shared with the sheriff's office, just so that they can catalog, consistencies. Because, we might, as it was stated in the meeting, the graffiti might not mean anything to us, but it means something to somebody. So they do want to know. So for folks who may listen to this at some point, or people here, just that's how we would notify about graffiti.
Yeah. Neighborhood Watch, nhw.info at ypsilantownship.org is the email, or you can call us and let us know.
Thank you.
And you're right, we need to inform more people of what to do. And we get, when we get questions at Neighborhood Watch, we try to share them at the next neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone has the same information. Knowledge is power, and the more we can empower our residents, the better. So, like flooding on streets, potholes, if you report it to the road commission, and you can do it through wcroads.org, you can do it through Click It or Fix It app, or you can call them 761-1500. But if you make a report on the road, they will come out and look at it. And they catalog it, and then they send it to us to tell us how many people called in, what they called in. They don't tell us the location, but it'll get it fixed. If you want to get attention, that's the best way to do it. And they'll come in and fill the potholes too. So if you see a pothole, report it. Did you report it? Your flooding? Okay.
It was actually, I reported some flooding on Hitchingham Road. There was water completely over the roadway yesterday. And there are county drains, and then that go through the road commission, and then there are drains that are maintained by our county drain commission, Evan Pratt, and their office. And so this one happened to be through their office. There was an interactive map that pulled up that wasn't the most user-friendly on your phone, but I made it.
Was it the road commission?
No, it was the county drain.
Okay.
Yeah. I was persistent because I knew if I didn't report it, Brenda would yell at me today. But anyways, it tells you exactly what drain it is, and you can click on the location where the problem is, and they'll give you a follow-up report too. So it's just nice that they had it online.
I just send an email. Makes it easier. Or call them. I'll call them. All right. There's no other agenda items, so we'll just wait until the meeting starts in 8 minutes. 6:52.